What's up, y'all? Here's the trade recap for today, Wednesday, the 14th of May. We took a 1 to 1.6 risk to reward. And initially, I missed my ideal entry, which would have been on ES, and I just didn't see it. Go into my entry point, but it like tapped it and then went straight to where my take profits would have been. But yeah, we'll get into the ideal trade first. So during pre-market, we have these. During pre-market, I marked out these hourly draws in liquidity. We had this one right here on ES, and then we had this one here on NQ that had already gotten taken out. And my bias for the day was bearish, just because we were taking out all of this low resistance liquidity and all this hourly liquidity right here, and we took out London session and Asian session highs. Let's go to the 5 minute on NQ. I'll show you. Right here, we took out this London session high, and that caused a sweep to the downside right here. After NQ sweeps out this liquidity from London session, we get a inverse fair value gap right here. Initially, this would be the best ideal trade for today. It was liquidity sweep, inverse fair value gap, enter off of the retrace into it, put your stops at the previous highs right there, targeting previous lows or previous draws in liquidity, which price action, it was super choppy on NQ. But on ES, I didn't see my entry. On NASDAQ, I had an entry. So the ideal trade on ES would have been, we took out the same draw in liquidity that NQ took out. We took out these London session highs right here. We get a super small inverse fair value gap, and price literally taps it super fast and floods the face of the downside, targeting previous draws in liquidity. This would have been the ideal trade for me, and I just missed my entry. But price was moving pretty smooth during market open, and then when I hit macro, it just started chopping up. But this would be the ideal trade for me, would be this inverse fair value gap after the sweep, retrace into it like right here, targeting previous draws in liquidity. I think this draw in liquidity right here, let's go to the 15 minute, way easier to see. Yeah, so this previous low right here from London session, these lows right here got taken out too. So literally all these lows would be targets after entering off of the inverse fair value gap. Literally like this. So even these lows right here got taken out. This liquidity right here, and now we're seeing a retrace back up after sweeping it out. So liquidity sweep, inverse fair value gap, intra-off inverse fair value gap, stops right here above the previous high, targeting previous draws in liquidity. This would have been a 1 to 4 risk to reward, and would have got hit. Within an hour. So this was the ideal trade for today that I missed out on. But on NQ, I took this trade. Since I missed this inverse fair value gap, I drew EQ from. What should we do it? I drew EQ from here to here. Price comes up into EQ. I enter off of EQ right here, and I put my stop loss initially outside of this inverse fair value gap right here. So this is my stop loss right here, and then my take profit was just right here, which was the previous low that we just made before we got into this level on EQ. And it was a pretty good trade. I think I made $400 on that trade, which is pretty solid. But yeah, stops are right here. Targeting previous low. Previous low. So a 1.6 risk reward. It's pretty solid. It's another winning day, so I can't really complain. But I just wish I wish I saw price go into this inverse fair value gap on ES, because this would have been a solid trade. This is like the trades that I look for and I wait for, and I just missed it, which happens. I can't really get mad. All I can do is just watch for it next time. But this would have been the ideal trade. And there was another trade in here as well that got set up. So after we took out all this liquidity on ES, we got this inverse fair value gap right here. Price closes outside of it. So liquidity sweep, inverse fair value gap, retrace into it right here. Retrace into it right here, targeting previous highs, stop loss below the inverse fair value gap. So there would have been two A plus setups for today, but I locked myself out on my Top Step account after I won the trade. But yeah, these would have been the two ideal trades for the day. So it would have been a 1 to 2 risk to reward and a 1 to 4, right? Where are you at? Yeah, a 1 to 3 risk to reward. Where are you at? Right there, yeah. Or no, 1 to 4 if I put stop loss or take profit down here. But yeah, these would have been the ideal trades for today. It was a liquidity sweep off of London session, inverse for value gap, tap into it, targeting previous draws in liquidity. And then after we swept liquidity, we inverse this gap, enter off of the retrace back in the retrace into the inverse for value gap, targeting previous highs. Stop loss right here outside of the inverse for value gap, or at these lows, depending on how confident you are in your strategy and your risk management. And these would have been the ideal trades for today. And the reason I didn't take this one is because I've already made what I need to make in order to get a winning day. So there's no reason I should get greedy. But after we'll say these next 5 trades, I'll start getting more aggressive with my strategy, and I'll probably up the risk a little bit more too, just because I'm feeling a bit more confident in my strategy and my risk management and my system and my rules. And yeah. But yeah, we took a 1.66 risk reward for the day. We took a W, and that was the only trade I took for the day, I'm pretty sure. Took one trade for the day, and that is all right with me. Making $400 in one trade is enough for me. Now, as time goes on and we up the risk a bit more, the numbers will increase, but the strategy will stay the same. So it's really just a matter of risk management and how confident you are in your strategy. There's people that probably took the exact same trades as me with better risk, or not better risk, but with more risk on the table. That probably made $800 or $1,000 or even tens of thousands of dollars on the exact same trade I took. Just the difference is risk management is different. I'm only risking the amount I'm willing to lose to get my winning day. Some people are at higher levels where they can just risk thousands of dollars to make or lose thousands of dollars. And eventually we'll get to that point, but right now we're just going to keep taking the baby step towards getting there. And just being content with that is where I'm at right now. If you're just thinking about your system and waiting for the right setup, and you can just literally see this as lines and numbers on a chart, then it becomes a game. And like anything in life, the more you practice, the better you get. And the more focused and disciplined you can be, the less your emotions the less your emotions affect how you play. And that's really when you start getting in the zone and really making money. And like consistently seeing where market wants to go. Because if all you're doing is looking to where price wants to go, and then you're risking the amount you're okay with in order to see where price wants to go, then that's the game. But these two trades right here were definitely the ideal trades for today. And today was a super good day to trade too. Even though we had choppy price action, all take profits still would have been hit. Now right here, price might go all the way back up here and just honestly keep going up. We have this high right here, so enter right here off of this inverse value gap, targeting previous highs up here, and even up here is probably gonna get hit after we just swept out all this 1 hour liquidity. But yeah, today was a good day. I'm not going to be trading tomorrow because we have super high impact news. We have Fed Chair Powell's speech. When Powell speaks, the whole world literally just stops trading. And he'll just have a big news candle that's like takes out literally everything. It's just super high volume when he speaks. So that's why I'm not supposed to be trading high impact news, because the news candle can take you out and just go straight to take profit. So Thursday we'll probably not be taking a trade, and then we'll see what Friday's price action gives us. But it's been a pretty good week so far, so can't complain. But I'm probably going to end the video right there. Today was a good day. Probably see you guys next week or on Friday, depending on what price action gives us.